Wow. So I just wanted to acknowledge you for what you just said and to say that that's so powerful to
Hmm.
truly understand what is to be intimate. And I just wanted to clarify that for you, in order to be intimate with life, with all these aspects of your life,
Yeah.
goes through the gateway. The one way to do that is through presence
Hmm.
and through because you mentioned the seven ways to, how do you call it, seven ways with to be intimate with the feminine part of yourself.
Yep.
So now if you can just talk more about this, the you know to create more awareness around the way to do that, because I'm sure of it's asking, okay, wow, that's great, I want to be intimate with life, I want to be intimate with my beloved, I want to be intimate with my house, with my children, with myself, but how can I do that? How can I
Yeah.
go there? Right, that's a question which everyone is asking, I'm sure about this.
Yeah. 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 Beautiful. So the three pillars for the masculine. And again, maybe could I talk a little bit about the masculine, feminine, just to give
Yeah, yeah,
people, yeah,
just give
just
us,
to
yeah,
give some
perfect.
clarity. Yeah. So and remember, the masculine and feminine energy isn't about gender. So the currents, the polarity of the masculine and feminine energy run through the universe. They run through nature. They run through you and I. Yep. And so the north and south pole, the sun and the moon, yet Mars, Venus. Yep, these are all just polarities that we can label whatever we want: masculine, feminine, yin, yang. Yep. And most people, as a generalization, most people I've worked with, most men are more in their masculine essence, and most women are more in their feminine essence. But it's a generalization. The feminine essence in us and in the world is everything that flows and everything that moves. It's like water. Yep. And the key
Yeah.
driver for the feminine is connection and love in every moment. The masculine feminine is that which can presence and witness the flow. It's the consciousness that witnesses it. It's like the river is the feminine and the riverbanks is the masculine.
Okay,
And
wow,
so
yeah.
in us, that polarity, we have to learn our masculine and feminine and do our initiations. And then in relationship, the way to keep a juicy, vibrant, intimate relationship, yeah, my wife and I have been together 43 years, is through the polarity, opposites attract.
Yeah.
What happens in a lot of long-term relationships, people just become good friends.
Yes.
They lose the juice. They lose their polarity. They're not accessing their masculine and their feminine, not in the distorted masculine, in the healthy masculine. And to answer your question around intimacy for the masculine, the three pillars for the masculine is presence. This is the vertical dimension. We have a vertical dimension and a horizontal dimension of life. It's a bit like a cross. The vertical dimension, there are practices or ancient practices that I teach men about how to get present, the activation points through the vertical core, through the Harik line. The second is purpose. The most attractive thing to the feminine is a man who's on purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who meets his life. And again, I've recently done a podcast on purpose, which we can
Yeah.
we'll do another one someday, Dimi. And the third is passion. Passion for life, joy, passion for yourself, passion for your beloved. It's not I'm passionate about, surfing, or it's passion for life. Yeah, this is where intimacy with life is. Yeah, whether it's walking in nature, whether it's playing with your children, whether it's with your beloved, whether it's with yourself. It's like if you're present, you've cultivated presence, and you're intimate with yourself, you're clear on your purpose and your expression in the world. And there are many stages to that. Yep, and you bring passion into every moment. yeah, then I reckon you'd have some beautiful relationships in your life, with your
Yeah.
family, with your friends, with your beloved.
Wow. So all we know, what I can hear, and that's amazing, is just that through these three pillars, if you learn,
Yep.
when you learn how to be, I will use the word intimate with these pillars,
Yep.
how to actually know more about them, embody more with of these three pillars in you, you're gonna become more intimate with your masculine, with yourself, and in this way, that is gonna help you to be more intimate with everything else in life.
That's it.
That's the way.
That's
So
it.
learning to master, you could say, these three pillars is gonna
Yep.
help you to create more intimacy in every area with life, you could say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's guys. Everyone who is listening that to that is just priceless, and you just think of what would be the price for you if you don't do that in your life, and the
Yeah.
price is suffering, and the price is um, not not having any, because most of the people I see, as you said, with time, they don't know how to do that for themselves, and they blame circumstances and people. My wife is not, I don't have this connection with her, I don't have this with her, that with her, and I'm sure it's the other way around with women and men is the same. But this means that what we talk here is means to take responsibility for that. And if you
Yeah.
do that, if you learn how to master these three pillars regarding body, you're gonna create this transformation in your life.
Yep.
You are gonna live on this level of transformation of relationships with life, and then everything else will change. And that's so empowering, body. That's so empowering,
Mm.
because I think the biggest problem is, and that people go into depression, and also in moments of just feel that there is apathy or whatever, they just feel helpless. And what you just said with just shared now is that you empower people in this way. You empower that the power is in you,
Yep.
and you know what you need to do, what's important for you to do in order to create what you want in the world. So I would like to hear, and I'm sure everyone else, if you can share. I know that it's a long process to go through this. I know that I to go through to these three pillars. But if you can share, um, maybe some practices or simple things people can start do in these three areas, so they can start the process. And
Yep.
we know that the best way is to go through the with someone who is doing that for years, and which this person is you. And I just show you guys, if you really feel committed to that work, just connect to body. And because this will be the way, because it's a process, this will be the way for you to truly embody that through co-creation with body, who is doing that for so many years. uh, so but for the sake of today, just to put something practical in this direction, can you share something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And what I observed, Dimi, again, there's so many juicy points to this. There's a lot of men who've, you know, they've lent into aspects of their life. So they might be quite successful with their career, but they haven't integrated it into their relationship. Or they might be, quite successful with their health, yeah, but they haven't learnt vulnerability and intimacy. Yeah. And so the integration of the masculine is what we're talking about,
Yes.
in all aspects of our life, that intimacy. And so one of the simplest things to do, and presence, remember, we're multidimensional beings, yet one of the interesting things with mindfulness, yeah, and the mindfulness revolution, yeah, has, the last 10, 15 years, is mindfulness is often misunderstood, because what happens is that we're starting to develop the observer mind, to develop the witnessing mind, to start to in some ways slow the mind down. Yet, what is a simpler tool when we start to move into embodied presence, yeah, is to literally, yeah, because the Dantian is literally, if you want a really simple practice, yeah, and we can do it now if you want, Dimi,
Of
yeah,
course, let's do that.
yeah, is to literally, if you just get your spine straight, relax your shoulders, yeah, and then just close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths through your nose, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Yeah, just breathe out and out through your nose. Yeah. And then just notice, where is your energy at the moment? Just letting your breath return to relaxation. Where's your energy? Most people, if you just did this, you'll probably find your energy's in your head, your awareness is in your head or your head bubble. And just breathing, just put one hand on your belly, just below your navel. And just take some breaths, breathing in there, and bring your attention there. And just imagine your energy dropping down. Gravity's bringing your energy down from your head bubble, in the interior of your body. And just breathe into your belly. Now, if you want to, from here, keeping your hand on your belly, just bring your awareness further down to your feet. Still connected with your belly, with your feet. And as you breathe, just imagine all that energy dropping down to your feet. And just become aware of the interior of your body. Particularly your lower body. Just bring your energy into the interior of your physical body. Breathing into your belly, aware of your feet. And just start to notice. And now, still breathing there, if you want to, maybe just become aware of the rest of the interior of your body. Maybe the upper part of your body, but still connected to the lower part of your body. And just imagine your whole interior body is filled with that awareness and energy. And now just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And on the outward breath, put your palms together and slowly open your eyes. How was that, Dimi?
That was great. That was really refreshing, I would say. That's the
Yeah,
word. Refreshing.
yeah.
And my energy mostly was here, actually, in this part.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
and and it felt how I just dropped it down and connected to the other part of my life, parts of my body. That was
Yeah,
great. Really, I
yeah.
was present with that. Yeah. Wow.
And it
So
really
that's a
is.
practice for presence.
Yep, exactly, exactly. And it, like you just cultivate that, and 10 minutes a day, ultimately 3 minutes to start off. You'll get
Wow.
more in your body. You'll get more present. You'll be more intimate with yourself. You're getting to know yourself.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So what else? The other the other parts, the other two parts, can you share something about them as well?
Yeah, when we breathe into our belly, there's an activation there called the Dantian or the Hara. The Dantian in Chinese, the Hara in Japanese. It's a power center. Yeah. The other key to purpose lives along our haric line. There's a line of energy comes through your crown, right through the center of your body, through your perineum to the ground. Yeah. So there are practices that you can do each day to charge and align your purpose, your vertical core. This is where you express your purpose from, not the other way.
Okay, wow.
And the third, so that's the purpose. And the third one with passion is the heart. So there's an activation point along the vertical core in the heart. Yep. And it's also, this is where all the heart, this is where the vulnerability, the biggest thing for the masculine, is our relationship with our fathers. Yeah. And on the hero's journey, the father just wants to be forgiven and the son just wants to be seen. And the forgiveness lives here. This is all of the forgiveness is just to give up the judgment, to forgive the judgment.
Wow. So you're saying that the passion stays here in our heart, and the way we do that is by forgiving. One of what the practices might be to forgiving to our father.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
you said the son want to be seen. So can we say that in one way of being seen for ourselves is to just be present with our emotions? Is that a way we can help us? Because that's what I experienced in my life. Because emotions, the heart is here. So the way we, in a way, be seen is to be present with our heart emotions, which we have in us.
Yeah, the way to be seen is to love yourself.
For whatever.
For what you teach, love and acceptance. And absolutely, emotions are the most powerful thing, even though people are more aware of EQ and emotional intelligence. The emotions, which often we experience in our heart or our solar plexus. Yeah. This is the biggest fear to intimacy is vulnerability. And the biggest resistance to vulnerability is the energetic and emotional experience. We have armor across our hearts. We protect ourselves as men. Yeah. In the warrior, war, this is the most vulnerable point. And the word heart, as you know, cœur in French means courage.
Wow.
Wow. That's what it means. Yeah. And this is the courageous. Yeah, this is the hero's journey. We've got to be willing, to do the work, to open our hearts, to be intimate and vulnerable, reveal ourselves. Yeah, and then bring that to the feminine. Yeah, bring that
with open heart.
Presence. Yeah, undefended self.
Undefended self.
Intimacy. Yeah, the undefended self.
So, wow, that's so valuable. I would just summarize, and you're gonna tell me if I'm right the way I understood it. Guys, if you want to start the process of creating this for yourself, just start with 3-5 minutes of this practice we showed you here. We just presented you with, to be present with your body, different parts of your body, for your internal interiority, you could say. And as I understood, when it comes to purpose is part of this practice. When you put your hand down here below the belly, this is a place where your purpose resides.
Yeah, it's one of the activation points.
Yeah. One of the activation points of purpose is there. Yep. So by putting your hand there, you are connecting with your purpose in a way.
You're connecting with that activation power center. That's where your grounding lives. So you can't express your purpose unless you're solid here.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just connect to it, which means that you are solidify this point which
Yeah.
helps you to express your purpose.
Correct.
Because in your words, your purpose, even it's not words, it's not a certain word that this is my purpose, but it's your expression, your self-expression is
Yeah.
your
Purpose
purpose.
is just the context. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's coming
it's
through
just a
is the
simple
expression.
relative words, which is in the relative world.
Yeah.
But purpose, in the sense of what we talk about here, is your actually self-expression in the world. And by solidifying these points in your body, you express more and more of this.
Yeah. The three layers of purpose. There's inner purpose,
Yeah.
there's outer purpose, and there's higher purpose. And your outer purpose, yeah, cannot be fully expressed unless your inner purpose, you've accessed your inner purpose.
Yes. Yes.
So what we're
Yes.
starting to do is access our inner purpose by these
Yeah,
practices.
which is gonna manifest itself in outer purpose with time.
Correct.
The
Correct.
more we do it, yeah. And then the third point is the heart, which is even. I would just simplify that for you guys. If you have when you're in this practice, 3 5 minutes practice, you can start with the breathing, with connecting to your purpose, and at some point you can put your hand on your heart, because in this way you're gonna connect to this part of your
Yep.
you're gonna actually create hat trick, right? Hat trick with the three
Yep.
things
Yep.
being in one practice, which is a easy way to just start uh,
Yep.
doing and really not manifesting, but embodying these 3 points, 3 pillars,
Yep.
because I would actually start, forgiving my father, as you said, and accessing emotions, just being aware and present with emotions which I have in my heart. So in this way, this is a practice to really become more intimate with yourself,
Yeah.
and all of this is intimate with yourself, and then actually in this way you can create this dharma wheel, you can access the dharma wheel of being intimate with life, right?
Yep. Yep.
That's a big, big golden nugget. It's like a giant golden nugget, man. I mean, super grateful for being with you today. That conversation which we had today, not might, but will, is changing lives. And I really want to acknowledge you before we go. I just want to acknowledge you for being this presence for us, being this wisdom for us, being a person who can truly be the catalyst for people to transform their life and to unleash the expression, the main purpose you shared with us we have. So to express fully ourselves and unleash this potential we have in us through the practices you already shared with us. That's it's not only service. This is really transformational work for everyone. So I know that you know this, but I just wanted to express it in this way to you, and also to express it to other people, because the more people we have like you in this world, the more this world, not people, because we are one, the world will express itself in a beautiful way.
Beautifully put. Beautifully put. Thank you. Thank you, my
Yeah,
brother. Thank you.
thank you, my brother. So
Yeah.
before we go, Bodhi, 2 things. The first thing is, can you share with us, if people, and I'm sure, and they will, and they have to, and they must connect you with you for any reason, even if they just listen to your podcast or just be there for one time with you or take your courses, which is the best thing they can do. What's the way to connect to you? I mean, email, website, how people, if they want to get in touch with you, can do the best way.
Yeah, the easiest is the website. We can put the link on. It's just
We will, yeah,
www.bodhialdridge.com. There's
yeah,
a chapter of the book there that we co-wrote. People can put their email address, and yeah, and thank you, because I'm passionate about this journey we're all on, and obviously for men like yourself, young men,
Yeah.
men who want to learn and grow, like it's so that's the easiest way. The website, bodyaldridge.com, and yeah, contact me. There's an opportunity to email, and yeah, and just the key with the hero's journey is find a mentor, find a
Yes.
teacher, do the practice, do the shadow work, find good practitioners, like, and there'll be different stages, there'll be different people, and if you're drawn to this work with Dimi and I, then that might be where you need to be at the moment. There might be somewhere else, but keep on the journey. Be curious, be intimate with yourself, and just keep exploring wherever you are and move through those stages of relationship. If you're in an intimate relationship, move through into creative and then move into transformation. Yeah.
Yes. Wow, that's a great message. As final thoughts for the session, I cannot say anything better than that anyway. So, thank you very much, Bodhi, for being part of Conversations with Dimi, first episode. And I know that's gonna be just the beginning of our way of co-creating and co-transforming people in the world. So just the beginning. That will be the first, but 100% not the last common thing we're gonna do with you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so
Thank you,
much more
man.
to share in all of it. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
It's
man.
beautiful.
Have a lovely for you is evening.
Yep.
For me is day. And talk to you soon, man. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Jimmy.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.